Okay, soldier Sam Bankman Fried, he's racking up a few losses here in this saga as it proceeds through the courts. Let's go ahead and talk about them. The first thing that's going on in the wonderful world of SBF is that the company FTX, which is of course run now by John J. Ray, the bankruptcy go-to guy that worked for Enron, sorting their mess out. Him and FTX, John J. Ray and FTX, they did get court approval to subpoena Sam Bankman-Fried and other insiders. Now, this is important because this could put SBF in a tight spot, a really tight spot. And it could also uncover some things that bolster the testimony of the people that are cooperating with the government and help to, put old Sam away for a good long time. Let's see. Failed crypto firm FTX received court approval on Wednesday to issue subpoenas to its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, and members of his family as part of the company's investigation into misappropriated and stolen funds. So you read that right. You heard that right. So we got Sam, his mama, Barbara Fried, his daddy, Joseph Bankman, and his brother, Gabriel Bankman Fried. And I'm sure that guy's like, wow, how the hell did I get here? Oh, man. He's probably checking Ancestry.com like feverishly, okay? You can hear his fingers just going, trying to figure out how, am I really related to these people? FTX, a once prominent crypto exchange, filed for bankruptcy protection, of course, in November amid the allegations that Bankman-Fried used FTX customers' money to prop up the balance sheet of the FTX company and its affiliated hedge fund, Alameda Research. That company, of course, was run by Caroline Ellison, who has also been subpoenaed by the bankruptcy court. FTX said that it needs more information from these former insiders, including its indicted founder, to identify misspending that could be clawed back to repay FTX's customers. So what they're saying is, look, you take these purchases that this guy made. He was spending money like, it was going out of style. We need to know what he spent money on to see if we can take a look at whatever he bought, liquidate it, and get some money back for these creditors and customers. For example, he was famous for riding around in the Corolla. Well, where are the keys, Sam? Where's the car parked? We need to, liquidate that and try to get some money back for these people. So that's what they want him to, talk about. That's why they issued the subpoena, but there's a way he can worm his way out of it. We'll talk about it in a second. U.S. bankruptcy judge John Dorsey, who is overseeing FTX's Chapter 11 proceedings, approved FTX's request to issue subpoenas to Bankman-Fried. Of course, we said his mother, his father, Gabriel, the brother who hopes he's adopted, former FTX Chief Technology Officer Gary Wang, former Alameda Research CEO Caroline Ellison, and former FTX Chief Operating Officer Constance Wang. I don't know if she's any relation to Gary or not. FTX said in court papers filed Wednesday that most of the subpoena targets have begun cooperating with its investigation. FTX said that it is still in discussions with Ellison and that Sam Bankman-Fried, he remains non-responsive. All right, let's talk about Ellison first. She's a cooperating witness with the government. She's going to cooperate with this subpoena. I doubt if she wants to do anything that's going to make the criminal side of this, Damian Williams' office, look at her askance and say, you know what, you didn't cooperate with our buddies down the hall here in the federal bankruptcy court. So, I'll tell you what, let's add on 5 years. She's not going to do anything to jeopardize what she's already cooperated, right? She doesn't want to lose any goodwill that she's built up. Ellison and Gary Wang have pleaded guilty to fraud charges for their role in the collapse of FTX in Alameda. Bankman-Fried, of course, he pleaded not guilty and is scheduled to face trial in federal court in Manhattan in October. Now, how can he worm his way out of it? Well, he could plead the fifth. That's right. The right against self-incrimination. is something that, bankruptcy courts, civil courts even, do indeed recognize. The subpoenas focus on questionable spending by FTX insiders that includes $16.7 million spent on Bahamian real estate by Bankman Fried's parents and a Washington, D.C. headquarters building purchased by Guarding Against Pandemics, an advocacy organization founded by the Bankman Fried brothers, Sam and Gabriel. In addition to donations by Sam Bankman Fried, his mother founded a political action committee called Mind the Gap, which makes recommendations to a network of political donors. This was a really tangled web they were weaving here. They were going after big money and big influence, and they were doing it using ill-gotten gains. Bankman Fried declined to comment, and members of his family could not immediately be reached for comment. Mind the Gap has previously said that Sam Bankman Fried did not make any direct contributions to the organization, but did donate to some of its recommended programs. I find that hard to believe. You didn't donate to your mama's signature program? Come on now. Come on. You gave Beto O'Rourke $1 million he didn't even ask for, and you didn't give your mother any money. Yeah, right. All right, so he's taking the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune at this point. Here's another blow to old Sam Bankman Fried. His modified bail proposal has been rejected by the judge. A federal judge on Tuesday rejected a proposal to modify Sam Bankman Fried's bail conditions, despite an agreement between the FTX cryptocurrency exchange founder and prosecutors to address potential witness tampering concerns. Remember, we did the report about him writing an email to one of the FTX former executives, basically saying, hey, let's get together and compare notes here and, see how we can help each other. U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan in Manhattan did not provide reasons for the denial and said a hearing on bail remains scheduled for Thursday. A spokesman for Bankman Fried declined to comment. The office of U.S. Attorney Damian Williams in Manhattan also declined to comment. Bankman Fried, 30, has been free on $250 million bond and living in Palo Alto, California at his parents' nice little home there with the in-ground pool. They guaranteed the bond in part with that house. Since pleading not guilty to looting billions of dollars from the now bankrupt FTX, that's where he's been cooling his heels, probably getting some sun and catching a nice little swim every morning. How nice. On Tuesday afternoon, he formally appealed Judge Kaplan's January 30th ruling granting a request by 11 media outlets, including Reuters, to reveal the names of 2 other people guaranteeing the bail. Now, listen to his rationale. Bankman Fried has said his parents, both Stanford Law School professors, had been harassed and received physical threats since FTX's collapse, and there was a serious cause for concern. The additional guarantees might suffer similar treatment. Oh, isn't that nice of him to just be so worried about whoever these other 2 people are? I don't think he wants us to know who they are, because the question then would be, quite possibly, how they get the money to do it. And once they start, can you imagine if you guaranteed this guy's bail with ill-gotten gains from FTX, some account maybe that he clued you into and said, look, tap into this and, guarantee my bail. Can you imagine how many sleepless nights you must be enduring right now? So that's why he doesn't want the public to start digging into this. It's not that he cares so much about whether or not these people will be threatened. And, in terms of the threat, the report we did previously on the threat to his parents, interestingly enough, they said that their security, kind of quashed this. The police were never called. So did it really happen? Prosecutors had asked last month to tighten bail, citing Bankman Fried's efforts to contact both the general counsel of the FTX U.S. affiliate and the new chief executive, John Ray, ostensibly to provide assistance. Yeah, they don't need your assistance, man. You didn't even have bank accounts. They don't need your assistance. Their proposed conditions would prevent Bankman Fried from talking with most employees of FTX or his Alameda Research hedge fund without lawyers present. It would also prevent him from using encrypted messaging apps such as Signal. Why would you be sending encrypted messages, Sam, to former employees of FTX? On Monday, Bankman Fried's lawyer, Mark Cohen, said his client and prosecutors would allow communications with a specific set of employees, pending Kaplan's approval. That agreement would also ban Bankman Fried from using Signal, but let him communicate by phone, email, text message, Zoom, and FaceTime, as well as WhatsApp if he installed monitoring technology. Bankman Fried would have also withdrawn his objection to a bail condition preventing him from accessing FTX Alameda cryptocurrency assets. Now that one is like, wow, it screams entitlement. You want assets out of the company that is now bankrupt that you are alleged to have pilfered. Okay, right. Now, his lawyers had originally proposed banning contact only with certain potential witnesses like former Alameda chief Caroline Ellison. I'm sure she doesn't want to talk to Sam Bankman-Fried. And former FTX technology chief Gary Wang, who have pleaded guilty to fraud and are cooperating with prosecutors. They don't want to talk to you, Sam. And, he's got more stuff coming at him. Separately, on Tuesday, the prosecutors have actually asked another judge to put on hold Securities and Exchange Commission and Commodity Futures Trading Commission civil lawsuits. They want those on hold against SBF until the criminal case has ended. And I think they'll get that. They cited the case's substantial overlap and the risk Bankman Fried could gather evidence in the civil cases to help his criminal defense. Absolutely. Don't give this guy any quarter. He's a spoiled little man-child, got everything he wanted growing up, never had any adversity, and he doesn't understand how the world works. And he is starting to develop that understanding with these outcomes that have occurred as this case moves through to his trial, in his criminal trial in October. And I do think that he's going to plead the fifth in that bankruptcy hearing because he doesn't want to say anything in that case that's going to, jeopardize his ability to mount a defense in the criminal case. I'm sure he's at the point where, the priority is just staying out of prison for a substantial portion of his life. Look, guys, this FTX thing has caused major fallout throughout the crypto industry. People are, they're not confident anymore in these cryptocurrency exchanges. In fact, Binance, they're in a little bit of trouble here with something that just happened with their company. Take a look at this report, learn more about it, and always do your due diligence before you purchase any asset. But hey, guys, it's looking kind of shaky with these cryptocurrency exchanges. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon.